Mark, first of all, you've been with the under-17s all week. How have you found it so far?
It's been great. It's been a real good experience working with the young players that are in the international setup. Some real quality there that we're obviously really proud of. And it's been, the overall experience has been fantastic.
Obviously a win against Portugal last night. What was the most pleasing aspect of that performance for you?
Well, having the man sent off just before half time, we showed real character in the second half as a team, not just defensively, but when we got the ball, we still tried to play in a controlled and composed manner, and the boys showed real maturity in that and done exceptionally well and deserved the win in the end.
How have you been preparing the lads for the next game against Russia?
So the group that played yesterday obviously had a warm down today and just looked after them. The group that didn't play came and did a bit in the indoor facility that we had, a little bit of a workout which was really good, a little bit of fun this morning with them. And of course we watched the game yesterday, so we got an idea of Russia and their players. Also got the video, so we can cut the video of the game and anything that we feel that we can exploit in the Russian team, we'll put that to the players and obviously their strengths as well, their strengths and weaknesses. So everything sort of will be in place for the boys to give them every opportunity going into the game.
As well as improving their ability and tactically how they go about the game, how important is the fun aspect to training?
I think they're obviously together for a while. There's sort of 10 days of being around each other, the players, and when you work with them, you try and keep things upbeat at the right times. When you can have a little bit of fun, have a little bit of fun, because they're here to enjoy it as well. It's not just about focusing on one thing. There's got to be an element of enjoying what you do. All of them actually are real good lads. They got good manners about them, which is I think a really important thing. I think the character of the player is a part of being a professional football player, and the characters have been first class throughout the week. I started off my first professional job, if you like, was with Charlton Athletic with the youth team. I was doing that for sort of 6-7 years, so I've had a real good background of the younger aspect of the football pyramid. I think when you watch a player develop his skills, his technical ability, his tactical awareness, and you actually see that on the pitch, it gives you a real buzz knowing that I think a player has his own natural ability anyway, and I think as coaches developing, we need to try and enhance that as much as we can to get the best out of the player and to move him on to even greater levels of play. And I think when you do that, it is a real sense of achievement, firstly for the player, of course for you.
You had a successful playing career yourself. How different is it for when you were coming up to how these lads are coming up?
I think they're certainly quicker than they were when I played, and the game's a lot quicker now than it was when I played. And I think the physicality of it as well. Some of the players there, they're such athletes. Technically, I think certainly in this country it's getting better. It's getting much better. I think some of the quality that we have is first class. The English football's in a very good state. I think that there's probably a lot of negativity around still, that we're not as good as these technically and not as good as them technically. But actually, I think we really are. I think we have some great young players that are coming through of all ages at the clubs that we in England, and I get to see that on a regular basis. There's some great coaching that goes on with these younger players, and it's getting better, and I think that's the good thing.
Obviously at St George's Park, how impressed have you been with it as a facility?
Well, the facility is second to none. It really is a great place to come and train and come and work. I think the highlight for me was the boys were training out on one of the pitches outside, and we had the England manager, his assistant, we had the under-21 manager, his assistant. Everybody was out there watching and watching these young players play, and that was a real buzz for me. And I know it was a real buzz for the players, and it'd be nice if we could have that every week.